Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a random review. I am Random Ross and today I review Jurassic Park. So yeah, with Jurassic World Rebirth coming out this summer, I thought now would be the time to revisit the classics and review them. So this is screenplay written by Michael Crichton and David Cope, and based on the book by Michael Crichton, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, D.B. Wong, even Samuel Jackson. And this is a science fiction adventure with a dash of horror in there, where John Hammond has perfected the genetics to bring back dinosaurs by DNA scrambling and opening a zoo theme park where people can look at dinosaurs brought back to life from extinction. And of course, he brings along archaeologists Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill, and Ellie Sadler, played by Laura Dern, and Ian Malcolm, played by Jeff Goldblum, and some lawyer guy, to get an exclusive look and their thoughts on the park, along with John Hammond's grandkids that are also there. And they go on a little tour around the park, and of course, this fat guy named Dennis, he steals some embryos for a rival company, and of course, that goes pear-shaped when a storm hits, and he sabotages the security checks, and that allows the dinosaurs, including the franchise mascot Rexy, the T-Rex, to break out and cause havoc. And then, of course, the two kids, Timmy and what's the girl's name? Is it Lauren? I want to say Lauren. And of course, they then fall into the enclosure and they have to make their way out through the park. And of course, the raptors break out and they're super smart as well. After a crazy adventure and a handful of survivors getting out, including Dr. Ian Malcolm, Alan Grant, Ellie Sadler, the two grandkids, and John Hammond, they decide to not induce the park, or whatever the word is, and go home and leave the island to the dinosaurs. So that's the story. What did I like about this? Well, this is a classic. Steven Spielberg at this point was a well-adjusted director, given from the films he went from Duel to then making his name big with Jaws. So he worked with sharks and aliens like E.T. and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And this proved he still had the magic. Still does to this day, I think. I mean, yeah, I think he still does the odd good blockbuster and that every now and then, but the guy's old, You gotta give him, he's, just with time. People aren't as active as they used to be, but he still works in the film industry. So, yeah, Steven Spielberg did great directing with this, with the killer soundtrack from John Williams' crew, and we had a good cast in this, which weren't as massive around the time, I guess. Jeff Goldblum and Richard Attenborough were some well-known ones, and Sam Neill, who had, made his break his big break here a couple of years before with Omen 3. And also, I like the dinosaurs. The effects for its time, 1993, 32 years ago now, and the effects I think still hold up. Yeah, they kind of look a bit dated, I guess, but I think they still hold up, and they're good effects. And who can forget that classic infamous scene where we see the T-Rex, or Rexy as she's become to be known as. I mean, she's, like I said, the franchise mascot. At that time, the T-Rex was known as the king of the dinosaurs before they found bigger dinosaurs that towered over the T-Rex, but still, this was that was one of the best scenes the movie's known for. And as a little kiddie, that bit did kind of scare me a bit. It did. But now as an adult, I still watch and I think those are great visuals and those are great. That's a great sequence. Also, the Velociraptors, they're not scientifically accurate. I mean, nothing's exactly scientifically accurate in these movies. I mean, we can't clone back dinosaurs, really. Well, not yet, anyway. But the Velociraptors in it, we now know that they were small, the size of a turkey, and were feathery and fluffy. Not big and scaly like we see in the movie, but still, that bit with the raptors in the kitchen, an intense scene there. But a good finale when Rexy comes in and eats the raptors, giving our heroes the chance to make their getaway. But good setting, good scenery, and a great classic movie and all. And would go on to start a franchise that is still going to this day, because we've got a 7th movie coming out. I don't feel a 7th movie is necessary given that Jurassic World concluded with Dominion, but you know what Hollywood are like. But Jurassic Park, the first one, like I say, still holds up, still a great classic, still a good film that I've watched for so long now, many times, and I've never really grown tired of watching it, really. Jurassic Park, what am I going to rate this one? I think I'll give this 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 for Jurassic Park. So there you go. There is my review for that one. So have you seen it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. And so that's it from this one. So until next time, I bid you all a goodbye.